for our finance books, changing the terms of a loan. Now, of all the concepts, I'd say this is the one that it's often misunderstood how it works, but once you understand how it works, it's not too bad. They're usually worth quite a few marks in the test as well, so getting on top of these will really, really help you if you want to boost your mark. So first thing, changing the terms of a loan. So over the course of a loan, the terms of the loan may change. For example, the amount or frequency of the repayments or the amount of interest being paid. These changes may therefore affect the total interest charge and duration of the loan. To work out these questions, perform the calculations for each part of the loan. Okay, so the main ideas it's quite regular. I think it's just happened recently actually that for instance, Combank, Westpac and all that have passed on a 0.5% increase into variable interest loans, home loans. So you're having a changing of the terms of the loan. You might have got a loan out for 2.5%, now it's 3%. Now that's going to affect the loan. How to think of it is think of it as two separate loans. You had the first loan where you have a period of time in which you were being charged 2.5%. So that's the first loan. Then there's a second loan, right? Which is when the interest rate changes from 2% to 2.5% or 2.5% to 3%, for instance. So that's the second part of the loan. Now, if you treat them as two separate loans, then these questions actually open up and they're not too bad. And that's sort of how to tackle them. So let's go through this scenario. A home loan offers 1.79% compounded daily for the first 3 years of the loan, with payments made monthly. After 3 years, the interest rate of the loan changes to 3.1%. Create a diagram to represent the situation. So I want you to think of it as the first part of the loan, and then we've got the second part of the loan. Okay, now the first part of the loan, we get 1.79%, okay, per annum, right? And we can say we're doing payments per year is monthly, and the initial amount, is the principal, right? So we've been charged some amount of money, and that's like our original loan. Now, what we next have is the second part of the loan. Now, the interest rate has changed. It's gone up. Okay, what has it gone up to? It's gone up to 3.1% per annum. We can see the payments per year is still 12, right? So that's staying the same. But this is the second part of the loan. Now, here's the key concept. What's going to be the PV for this part of the loan? And by the way, this is essentially the PV of the first loan. The PV of this loan, okay, is going to be the value of this account after 3 years, right? So that's going to be A36, okay? So this is after 3 years. That amount becomes the new PV, the new investment amount for the second part of the loan. Now, this is your key concept, okay? If you understand this, then we can tackle lots of these questions quite effectively. Okay, so there's our diagram there, and I'll just say that the balance after 3 years becomes the new PV balance for the second part of the loan. And key part, we're treating these as having two parts to the loan, okay? Whenever you see a change in the terms, okay? Okay, let's go on to 12.1. Changing the terms of a loan, changing interest rates. Beth borrows 50K at 6.5% per annum with interest compounding monthly. The loans will be repaid over 10 years with equal monthly instalments. Okay, so calculate the amount of each instalment to the nearest cent. So this one here, it sounds like a finance app problem. If I haven't told you, just use the finance app, rule of thumb. Let's write down our working to help our markers, to show our markers what we're doing. Okay, now what do we know? Well, she borrows 50K, let's put that in. 50K, now if she's borrowing, it's going to be positive. 6.5% per annum, good, with interest compounding monthly, so that's 12. The loan's to be repaid over 10 years with equal monthly installments. This is going to be 10 years times the payments per year. Equal monthly installments, so that'll be 12, okay? And if she's paying off the loan, that's going to go to 0. Remember, that's what paying off the loan means. It means effectively going to $0. Now, we know that this is going to be 10 times 12, so that's 120, and we want to solve for PMT, okay? So let's do that now. Let's chuck that all into our class pad and see what we get. We've got 12 times 10, we've got 6.5%, we've got 50K. We don't know our payments yet, so we can clear that. We're paying off the loan, and we have 12 and 12. Let's click PMT, and we get negative 567.74. 567.74. Okay, and now you may notice that was negative, so it's coming out of your wallet, which makes sense, right? So therefore, each installment, they're paying $567.74 per month. Okay, that's how much they're paying. Okay, now this is the scenario. So that's just 10 years of that. After 4 years, the interest rate was reduced by 1% to 5.5% per annum. Now we're going to change this question. First thing, we're going to delete all this, and I'm going to say after 4 years into the loan. Okay. Now, what I recommend here is I'll say, assuming they pay the same payments, how much faster is the loan paid off? Okay, so what they're saying is we're going to maintain those same payments of 567.74, but with a reduction in the interest rate, what's going to happen here? So this is called a changing terms of a loan. The first part is the first 4 years. Okay, first 4 years. This is the first part. The second part is going to be the remainder of the loan, and we know it's still and we don't know how long that's going to take. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to show our working, and we want to find out the balance at the end of 4 years, and that becomes our new PV. Okay, FV, payments per year, compounds per year, and we want to find 4 years, so that's 48 payments at 6.5%. This was our $50,000. And now here we're going to keep 567.74, and we want to figure out our FV, and these are still 12. Okay, so here we go. Let's go on here. We're going to switch that to 48, and then we're going to click our FV. So we can see here they still owe $33,774.08. Okay, so let's write that answer in. So negative 33,774.08. Now let's move on to our next part of the loan. PV, PMT, FV, payments per year, and compounds per year. Now that FV becomes a new PV. Okay, now it's still a loan, they still have that amount, so it switches back to positive. Okay, and they're still maintaining those same payments, but at a reduced interest rate. So you notice that this now is 5.5%. Now we want to figure out how long they're going to pay off the loan. So when does it go to $0? 12 and 12, and we want to solve for N now. How long does it take to pay off this loan? So let's go back to our app. We go to 5.5%. I'm going to edit, copy that, put that in here, paste, and I'm going to make it 08. You can keep it with the decimals if you like. FV is going to go to 0. Now we're going to click N. So remember, we don't know what N is, so we're going to click N. There we go, 69.62. 69.62. That's our answer there. Okay, now let's wrap it all up. How much faster are they going to pay off this loan? Well, we know they have to wait then for 70 months then for the second part. Okay, so how long have they spent in total? Originally, they paid off the loan in 10 years, which is 120 months. Okay, now with this interest rate going down at the fourth year, it's going to take them this long. First 4 years, oh my God, sorry, I just keep swiping around for whatever reason. It took them 48 months, right? Plus another 70 months, okay? So this is the first 4 years, and this is the remainder of the loan. Now let's add these together and find out what we get. We've got 118. I just want to double check this answer here because I've got a different answer for whatever reason. I'm just going to double check my answer. Did I do something wrong here? 5.5, yep. 33,774. Yep, 0. Okay, yeah. Just got a different answer. That's not good. All right, and so what they have here is 118 months. So how much they save? They've saved 2 months. Okay. Now it's strange because my answer over here was a little bit lower. All right. Well, I guess I'll just roll with that. Yeah. So they've saved 2 months off their loan. Okay. So they can pay off their loan 2 months faster. Okay. So let's continue on. Hopefully that all made sense. How much to the nearest dollar does Beth save as a result of this interest rate cut? Okay, so originally, how much do they pay? The sum of the payments, this is the original, let's try that again. The sum of the payments was, and let's have a look at the scenario, at the very start, they did 120 payments of 567.74. So 120 payments at $567.74. So they originally spent $68,128.80. Now the new amount, the sum of their payments is going to be, okay, we've got 69 plus 48 lots of $567.74, plus we've got to work out our final payment. Okay, now how do we work out that final payment? We need to go back to our finance app. We change that to 70. Then we go FV, and this is their overpaid amount. So they've overpaid by 216.24 cents. So final payment is going to be 567.74 minus, and that amount there was 216.24. 216.24. Yep. Now we want to go 567 minus 2, and I just want to double check that, 16.24, and this is our final payment of 351.50. 351.50. There it is there. So we're going to plug in there. And what's our total payment? Well, here we go. We can plug this all in now. And I'll just find my pencil. I don't know where that is. There we go. So we've got 69 plus 48, lots of 567.74, and then plus 351.50. $69 plus 48 times by 567.74 plus 351.50. 6777.08. Okay. So let's put it on this amount. 66777.08. So what's the total savings? Take one away from the other, okay? And we can find that answer. 68128.8 minus, and we can put that there. 1351.72. 1351.72. Okay, now you can see why changing terms of loans are so tricky. There's lots going on. Obviously you can see me switching between my ClassPad app and what I'm writing. I'd really recommend having a scientific calculator doing this kind of number crunching that we've just done, having a ClassPad just on the finance app. I hope this video was useful. In the next one, we're going to be looking at changing the terms by putting in a lump sum payment and seeing how that influences or changes how much we save. Thank you, and I hope this video was useful.